Yo, there's this crazy story that happened. I think it was in Germany where this guy, he was hired to fix a refrigerator on a train, right? It was a freezer. So he ended up getting locked in the freezer, right? And he's like, shit, I'm trapped in here. Nobody else is coming to save me. I'm going to die here. So he took out his notes and he started writing, these are my final moments. I'm going to die in this freezer. It's getting colder. I can feel myself slipping away. And he died. But what happened was the guards ended up opening up the freezer, seeing his dead body. But they realized, yo, this freezer's not working. It's not even cold in here.
Whoa, really?
So he thought himself to death.
Damn, bro.
That was the reason he was going there to fix it anyways in the first place.
Yeah, I was see, because he's gonna fix the freezer if it's running.
So it was just all in his head.
That's crazy,
so
bro.
He thought of dying so badly, he ended up dying.
He ended up actually dying.
That's how powerful the mind is.
Damn.
Could humanity have accidentally unleashed an apex predator in Antarctica? On February 13th, 2021, a post popped up on a Google Earth thread appearing to show what looked like a giant spider in a Google Earth image of Antarctica. And a user with the name Son of Antanon showed up claiming to be the foremost expert on the subject, even going as far as to post these pictures of a commemorative plaque and wall clock, proving that his father was indeed stationed as a medical doctor at McMurdo Base in Antarctica. If these videos about the paranormal, supernatural, secret, hidden history interest you, click the link in my bio and subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. Antanon claims that for an 11-month period in the 90s, his father was the sole medical doctor at McMurdo Research Base in Antarctica. He would pretty regularly accompany scientists and armed soldiers on expeditions that would routinely take 5-mile detours around certain areas. And in certain instances, while taking these detours, he thought he could make out the outline of buildings in these areas. He said the site that they most regularly had to detour around was roughly 30 miles south and 10 miles east of his location, which is here. During this thread, one of the other Anons in the chat started doing some Google Earth snooping in that exact area and found this bizarre giant monolith with the bottom half blurred out. The doctor befriended a 10-year veteran of the site, and once they were a little bit closer, he asked him, hey, why do we avoid those areas? But the doctor just went pale and told him to shut up and then reported him to his commanding officer. Since Antanon's dad was the only medical doctor on site, he was also the pathologist, so the person that takes care of the bodies. And he was becoming very suspicious because he really didn't think this would be as big of a part of his job as it ended up being. There were a lot of casualties and some really strange injuries, like fully severed limbs and bodies found in half. But conveniently, since the remains were almost always frozen, he was always instructed to list the cause of death as hypothermia. He did try to go about it the right way. He tried talking to people, but either they knew nothing or they would just clam up and report him. So he basically just started rifling through people's shit, which usually I'm against, but at this point I'm all for it. The dude's an absolute mad lad. And if you don't think this is the absolute perfect stock photo for this next segment, you're crazy and I don't care. So while he was rifling through the workstation of one of the higher level researchers, he found a drawer full of journals. And these journals were full of information about what Antanon would call striders. From what you could tell, these creatures were found while the researchers were taking bore samples, which is when they drill big chunks of the ice out. Of course, they thought these creatures were dead because they were surrounded by ice that was at least hundreds of thousands of years old. But of course, upon thawing them out, a couple of them animated and violently escaped and had since become a huge nuisance for anyone or anything operating within that area of the research base. Now, Antanon's dad would go on to discover a lot more about these spiders, and it kind of seems like they're just one of many entry points into why Antarctica is so secretive and important.
Why does the entirety of the Denver International Airport have barbed wire facing inwards? Almost like a prison, it's trying to keep something in. The Denver International Airport is home to so many conspiracy theories. I went there several times within my own traveling, and whether you believe the conspiracy theories or not, it is so hard to argue that the entire airport is not suspicious. DIA was built as a replacement to the Stapleton Airport, even though nothing was wrong with the airport before. It was supposed to be done in 1993, but it didn't end until 1995, the final budget being $4.8 billion. And if you guys don't know this, that exceeds normal airport price. And to put it into even more perspective, this airport and its grounds are bigger than Manhattan. So what was the purpose of making it so big and expensive? The builders for the DIA worked under multiple contractors, so it's rumored that no one knows the true scope of this project. But maybe the architects wanted it this way. It's filled with strange markings, underground tunnels, and apocalyptic themes.
I know that I'm good at finding new Mandela effects that no one's heard of before, and these ones are crazy. We need to talk about this. Okay, first let's talk about the octopus. Now think or say what you think the plural of an octopus is. If you said octopi, you've been fooled by the Mandela effect because it's always been octopuses. What? Now let's talk about a classic, the cosmic brownie. So you know you get the brownie bar and there's a line in the middle and you can snap it and get 2, right? Well, that line has never existed. It's just a straight bar of brownie. What? Okay, third, we're gonna be talking about the best Disney show, That's So Raven. So y'all know at the end where she goes, yup, that's me, and then booty taps like the words, right? Well, nope, she never bumps it with her hip. She just taps the words. What? No. Okay, and I saved the best for last because this one really messed me up. So y'all know Ariana Grande's iconic Thank You Next music video, right? Well, in the scene that she's driving her car is pink, right? Nope, it's always been black. Like, what?
Notice that you don't have that white under your eye.
What?
So you do you know about seppuku?
What is that?
So seppuku is like a Japanese superstition.
Yeah.
That means 3 whites. So it's if you have white under your eye, it means that the world is out to get you.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So,
I never heard of this.
There's different celebrities that have that white under their eyelid. I mean, under their eye.
Yeah.
That's very noticeable. Like, so their pupils are up here, but you see a lot of white.
Damn, what the fuck?
So yeah, and you know who had a really famous celebrity that had one?
Who?
JFK. What happened to him? Assassinated.
How do you see that though? Like, you have to look close?
You see how there's no white, right?
Yeah.
And you see here where you have white under your eye.
Oh.
And you picture up to make it more clear.
Yeah,
so yeah, if you have that white stuff, the world is out to get you.
When your eyelids don't cover the pupil.
Yeah, the pupil.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
then you look a little bit scarier when
you do.
How did the idea of a dragon be prominent everywhere around the world, but there's no proof of a real one?
There's no proof of a real one.
This is my theory on it, is that dragons did exist and they were dinosaurs. But what happened was, there's like a study on this too. The wings of birds don't decompose or don't stay intact like the rest of the other bones. So let's say a T-Rex was actually a dragon and it had wings.
But
the
like, you
wings
couldn't find it out because the wings
would have decomposed and not stayed intact with the rest.
Oh, that's
so it
so
would be
true.
lost forever. And this is even true in science. Like when they do put these bones together, they try and make something of it, but it's all theory, right? Like they're not sure exactly what it is or exactly how the skin fell on it.
Yeah, because most times like don't even have all the bones. Like they only have like 50% of them.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll like have to guess how it looks like.
They have to guess how it looks like. For a long time, we didn't even know they had feathers, bro.
Yeah.
For a long time, we didn't know that.
We even know that they had hair and shit.
Exactly. Elon Musk thinks it's a 50% chance we're in a simulation or not. And if it ever comes to the point where we can create a simulation, it will prove that we are in one already. So if we can create a simulation, we may already be in one. And if we are already in one, there could be multiple. There could be hundreds. There could be thousands, billions. And we don't know what is true base reality anymore. Oh, another Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
No, my favorite.
Do you know this one? Do you know this?
No, I don't. My favorite COD.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2, right?
Yeah.
On the map, I think it's called Standoff. So this one. You see this?
Yeah.
It's Standoff. Black Ops 2 Standoff. So, do you remember there being a sign right there?
No.
There's a sign.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
Yo, there's a sign. Nobody remembers this
There's
shit.
no sign.
Nobody remembers.
Photoshop.
Because I even remember throwing a fucking like a flashbang over that and stuff. Right?
I was just playing BO2 like recently too.
That sign was never there, bro.
There's no sign there. Because why would it be yellow? That would stick out to me.
That sign was never there, man. Take this in, right?
Yeah.
So fans, gamers especially.
Okay.
Especially the MLG players.
Yeah.
None of them remember it. And it's crazy that people like MLG players who strategize the maps.
Yeah.
That know every vantage point. Never remembered that sign.
What? So you're saying it wasn't there?
It wasn't there. It is there now, but it was never there, fam. Do you remember it being there? I don't.
I don't remember.
I mean, they put it there after the update.
So there's a theory that SpongeBob was actually a scholar before he was a fry cook.
Word?
Yeah. So listen to this, bro. Remember that one episode SpongeBob had the big ass library in his house?
Oh yeah.
Huge library. All
Crazy,
those books, right?
Yeah.
There's another episode. He had like his closet filled with awards, filled with like diplomas, medals, everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's speculated that SpongeBob was a scholar. But what happened was he shunned all of that because he was unhappy, because that stuff made him stressed out. That's why when he goes to driving school, he can't pass his driving test because that shit makes him so nervous. He probably got PTSD from doing a test. So take this in. So he's like, all that shit. I'm just going to be happy living a small life with a normal job. That's why he worked at the Krusty Krab.
Oh, shit.
Right? And if you think about it, he's not getting paid that much.
Fam, but he's hella happy.
He's hella happy. And maybe that's why he's best friends with Patrick. Patrick's not that smart, but he's so happy. He's so happy.
Oh,
right?
shit.
And so kids, what did we learn today? That happiness matters more than money.
These prisoners are allowed to have pets if they're on good behavior, and the only fights they seem to get in is who has the cuter cat. Just watch.
In this prison, a good prisoner can get a cat. They walk around every day to discuss whose cat is more lovely. The uncle is very satisfied with his kitten. Hold it all day. These kittens were originally street cats. If no one adopts, they will be euthanized. So the warden put forward the cat rescue plan. Prisoners can adopt a cat as long as they obey the rules. The bald uncle said he was not interested in cats, but I can't help but start teasing the cat. This uncle became the first person to adopt a cat, and the other inmates, so everyone was positive. Soon more and more people received their kittens. Their eyes are full of happiness. Prisoners work actively to exchange snacks and toys for kittens, just to take care of your kitten better. They often walk around arguing about whose cat is more lovely. The result is always red in the face. Soon the prisoner will serve his sentence. Uncle asked his kitten what to do. Can you take the kitten home together? At this time, the cat has become his best partner. Once vicious criminals also have a gentle side. Finally, the warden agreed to his request. Uncle is happy to take the cat home. Go out to
Look at the cat in the hat, and this prisoner seems pretty happy, but the cat does not. But I think this rule is a very good idea.